Welcome back to Talos Principle 2. I'm dear darling, and why are we here? What truth awaits us? Why don't we answer more of these questions together in... What were we doing? We're in one of the new worlds. I don't... Ah, yes, and we have our activator as our new... whatchamacallit? Gadget of choice. We have a new comment from someone, a warning. Benoroya. I try to remain silent on the development of our city to allow the younger generations to find their own path, but I feel that now I must intervene. We reach a dangerous inflection point. This farcical reactionary belief in the goal of limiting our growth will lead directly to the creation of a class society. The foundations already exist. Do you think the leaders of various pseudo-secret societies that lobby for influence with the mayor are subject to the same power cuts as the rest of you? Do you think the mayor has to worry about how much power he uses? Societies which have essentially no resource may be egalitarian in some sense, but a society that produces insufficient resources, energy in our case, will inevitably evolve into a class society. History assures us of it. The true failure of our ancestors was not their impact on the ecosystem, which was epiphenomenal, but their failure to overcome primitive forms of resource distribution, allowing their fate to be determined by the interest of isolated elite groups. We are not avoiding that mistake, but creating conditions for its repetition. I assure you that no one is exempt from a power management and distribution plan. We're all in this together. Yeah, I totally believe that. I've always respected your scholarship, Benoroya. I'll take this seriously and think about it. Some people have to lead and others have to follow. That's only natural. And of course, there should be advantages to being a leader to encourage people. Benoroya's that was the future we must avoid. We can grow while avoiding the mistakes of our past. True. I disagree with Benoroya's historical analysis, but he's right that limiting growth will lead to an unjust society. Is that more true? I don't know. Class society is fine, but to fight it we must reject all authority. That, I think, rarely works out well, as much as it would be a nice situation, because it takes one bad actor. This is correct. Maybe this isn't a bad thing. I don't necessarily agree with that. I don't think a class society is forming. A society without growth will be equal and balanced. I don't think that's necessarily true either. Class society is forming, but we can stop that without embracing growth or technology. What? I disagree with... So is this disagreeing with the failure of our ancestors not the impact on the ecosystem, but failure to overcome primitive forms of resource distribution? I mean, that's one of the failures, but I feel like that... saying there is the true failure or something, sort of... it fails to capture the entire complexity of something. Limiting growth will lead to an unjust society. I think unjust society is kind of more determined not really by growth, but by the systems put into place. I mean, there's a really good CGP Grey video on this, right? About this sort of like unjust society, and it really is like an not all or nothing, all of a small sector thing. I don't want to say you're right. I want to not comment on you at all. I guess I'll go with this. It's probably the most accurate. Thank you, 1K. I'm glad that we can still have opinions that are more than binary agreement-disagreement. Freedom, including freedom to disagree, is foundational to a truly thriving civilization, and very civil response, to be honest. Excuse me. The statue reminds me of Atlas, who bore the celestial spheres on his back. They seem burdened, struggling with the weight of the world. Given what we heard the founder say about the goal, could it be that they're meant to send a message? That taking on the theory of everything would also be a burden we may not be able to bear. I think it, by its nature of its existence, has already happened. But that people know it's possible has probably already changed a lot of perceptions of things. Is that a car? Or was it a car, perhaps? Okay, I guess we'll continue down this path. I don't know if we found the other secret levels yet. I don't really think we want to jump down there. This feels like jumping down there would actually like instill vertigo in me or something. What's down this path then? Maybe this is a secret path? That seems plausible. A secret level hidden away underneath the confines of another watchful eye, being held in your hand. Twice. 2 to 3, okay. Sure. right. There's not a lot to begin with. What's the point of this? Oh, I see. We do it like... No, we need to do it in such a way that both of them... Does that get both of them? That does get both of them. Okay. So presumably this... back here. No, maybe not. Maybe this does need to be like this. This allows us to put this one here to get both of them, which allows an inverter. Can we? We can get laser from this. We can get laser from this. Okay. So this has to be here, but it has to be holding this red laser. So there needs to be a blue laser in sight. So presumably, with this added weight, we can now do something like... Doesn't really make sense. I wonder if it is possible. The only way to open these two is to use this thing. We can never get this in here because the only way to open this gate, I believe, would be to activate it. Can we get all three? We can just about, I think, get all three. That barely tags that one, so we could actually get it more comfortably if we moved it like here or something. It's not nearly as tight as I've seemed to made it a bit. I honestly didn't think it would be possible from the geometry of it, but what do I know? Not a lot, it seems. Or just enough to solve a level. Okay.
Can I touch the bridge device?
Who the heck are you?
You can, but should you?
Okay.
It's a fair point. I know you're a journalist and all, but certainly safety comes first, no? Balance. Okay, so we need to go over here. Unsurprisingly, we need to activate the last gate. 2 cubes is interesting. Connector. And the only thing we really have access to. Okay. So I guess we do this. Get it down, grab the fan. Oh. Well, this one can do it a bit better. Excuse me? Oh, I didn't preserve our connections. Do this. Grab the 2 boxes. And presumably what we need to do is we need to get the connector up there. So I think we pick this up. We pop up here and do that. That launches us up. We can now grab this as a connection. Oh, we need a cube. So we jump up here, we grab this cube to put on here, grab this to pop up there, and then presumably we also need this cube over here to get it high enough to see that thing. I don't actually know if that's true. We might not need to. It might be good enough on its own, to be honest, but don't know. Let's see. Oh, would have been fine on its own. Okay. It would have been cool if it decided such that we also needed that other cube to do it, but I guess it would also have been a bit fruitless. At a point right now, I suppose it already feels like the second cube is a bit useless, but...
Cornelius and Athena created something amazing.
True.
They just misunderstood what it was. They thought their great invention was the megastructure. But in fact, it was Miranda.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You know what,
Because
based...
they couldn't see that, they lost her.
Oh. Now it's sad again. Mayor... Humanubis. I'm sorry, I know Mayor Herman worked really hard and helped pull the city out of a period of crisis, but this isn't the future we deserve. None of us. We all deserve better. Yeah, we should have listened to Byron. I have always told myself all these public debates were boring. Who wants to get involved in city affairs? And lately I've been thinking, yeah, that's why there's so much stuff I'm unhappy about, because we all collectively gave up trying. Maybe things can finally change. You have no idea how badly I need it. I need something new to happen. We have a potential to imagine a better world, and if we can imagine it, then we can make it happen. You are delusional. Nothing will ever get better. You're only saying that because you've never known a world where things get better. You think the tiny sliver of history you've experienced is all there is, but that's all Mayor Herman has ever allowed you to see. But there's so much more. This is not the place of personal attacks on the mayor. Thread closed. Fair enough. This ancient vehicle expressed a stronger sense of aesthetics than most other artifacts of its type, suggesting that at some point in ancient history, vehicle design was approached with a different mentality. It's true, technically. Not much I know really about vehicle design.
We have made a fascinating discovery at one of the Founder's laboratories.
Okay.
Please join me at your earliest convenience.
I assume it's this one. Where's the motor? That keeps the things running. Where is the motor? There it is. It's a rotating turbine of some sorts. I'm surprised you're allowed to like walk around here, Manubis. What's with tech for this time? That's not tech. That's just a map again. It looked like there were stairs down. There are stairs down. What? How many places are there? Okay, you want to talk to me there, so I'm going to ignore you for now. We got other little goodies that we could be looking into. Really? Nothing? The server's singing though. It's got a musical melody. There's always like a hidden room and then we get like another. This server's also singing. What's up with the music? Are there no logs to be reading? Well, cutscene. Oh, it's another somnodrome, is it?
1K. Good that you're here.
Hello.
We've made a discovery.
Nice.
A functional somnodrome. It seems the Founder perfected the design.
And left it over here.
I'm
What?
sure you've noticed my advisors, and Rand in particular, making quite a fuss about the potential of this device.
Rand.
Something about interfacing with one's subconscious self, as if such a thing could tell us anything new.
I wouldn't go into it with such a negative, pessimistic viewpoint already. Rand may be right. You're of a different opinion?
I am. I believe the Founder has already taught us everything we need.
Such is a way of you're rooted in tradition.
As I see it, neither the Somnodrome nor the megastructure have anything to offer except a lesson in avoiding hubris.
That seems a bit close-minded.
So, what should we do with it?
I thought the government would want this thing buried. I'm going to plug in and find out for myself. I think it's best to leave it, but I'm going to plug it myself in.
I'll watch to be sure you don't overload.
I'm going to be honest, I'd rather have Melville here than you, but, you know, I suppose I'll take what we can get. Not that I don't trust your technical expertise, but I don't trust your technical expertise. Although I trust your ability to hopefully lead us to a better future. Somnodrome Final. It's funny, I suppose. For the longest time I wondered whether the old human self-hatred we somehow carried with us was Milton. I thought he might have corrupted us, overwhelmed us with his cynicism, but I was being unfair. Yeah, Milton was pretty cool. Whatever it is, it's not Milton, it's, well, us. Still, this excursion into solipsism hasn't been entirely for nothing. The Somnodrome technology provides an excellent basis for a better way of directly interfacing with the Noma project. What was the Noma project? Isn't that what we were in the Noma project? As humans? Well, let's enter the Somnodrome. It's very Soma-esque, isn't it? I've not played Soma, by the way. Nerfi Seraphim. Use a functioning Somnodrome. Oh, it's like a dentist x-ray machine. At hyperbolic speeds. Hyperbolic? Oh, tropical. Okay, sunken things in the past. Oh, it is Milton. Oh, that's cute. Is this what the inside of my subconscious is like? I suppose so. What am I drinking? Literally a green liquid. It's been a while, Milton. Launching debug mode. It seems you've experienced a software error. Would you like to access emergency route menu? RM, no. Help. Help. Displays emergency route menu. Okay, fine. Done. External device active force. Run Somnodrome final bat. Intelligence high, speed low, health high, rationalism low, humor high, conservatism low, moralism low, spiritualism high, popularity medium. What? Display settings. Jeff. Edit settings? Unlock edit privileges. Yeah, sure, why not? User tried to make a change to their own device settings, which would result in an infinite regress or omnipotence. There's only room for one god around here. I'm not going to restore factory settings. That sounds like a terrible, terrible idea. Force run Somnodrome, sure. Milton Library Assistant loaded. Whoa. Oh. Miltohim. Oh, because we heard Milton and Elohim were combined, right? Damn, you look so cool.
Oh, you're back. Didn't take you long.
I don't think we know each other, do we? Hi again, I missed you. Oh no, not you again. I knew you'd come with me. I didn't leave you behind, I actually took you with me.
I think you're mistaking me for somebody else.
No. I thought I was here to meet my subconscious. If you say so. Milton, somehow I doubt it. Mum? But you just said you're back as if we met before. Milton?
Guess again. Actually, don't.
Alright.
I am in fact a merged iteration of the two control programs which gave life to your kind, retaining, of course, the absolute best of both. That means I can tell you that everything's contradictory, nothing matters, and there's no moral difference between you and a frog. But I can dress the whole thing up with a positive spin.
Is that the best of both worlds? I'm here for answers, not your life story. I don't hear the positive.
You just plugged your noggin into an experimental, mind-altering device, and though you may be trapped in this recursive psychotic state talking to yourself, that can only mean that you're still alive.
That is positive.
Now, what is your query?
Where are we? Where did I come from? What can you do for me? Who am I? I need answers to big questions. Who am I?
On one interpretive extreme, you are the universal life force of time itself, experiencing itself as a part instead of the whole. At the other extreme, you're a metal contraption referred to as 1K that thinks it's alive, but is basically a calculator.
Where are we?
You've executed some kind of software backdoor, and now you're reading and editing
It's a
your
very
own
fun spin.
subconscious code as represented by this dialogue.
Okay.
I'd be careful if I were you. One bad for loop, and we'll be here forever.
Right. I mean, hold on, so this conversation is like I'm editing code of my subconscious. So does that mean the way I answer influences who I am subconsciously? That's an interesting concept, actually.
The so-called real world. Personally, I prefer it in here. And not just because I'm unable to leave.
Silver linings. What can you do for me?
I can answer your queries in relatively plain language, based on what your subconscious knows.
Interesting.
And I can drink margaritas subconsciously.
honestly the greenest margarita I've ever seen. I suppose we'll round this episode off here, and then we'll answer the big questions with Milterheim next time. So if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Talos Principle 2, I've been Dear Darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares, greatly appreciated. Socials, Discord down below. Hope to see each other again, but for now it's our farewell. So until next time, bye bye for now.